What's up, gamers, hi guardians, and hello internet. Welcome to another Sloop Gaming video, and welcome to another Thursday, Twids Day, This Week in Destiny. Let's take a look. This Week in Destiny, October 12th in the Lord year of 2023. This one's brought to us by Hippie. What up, Hippie? This Week in Destiny, we've got Sparrows, we've got PvP updates, we got spoops with Festival of the Lost, we got good vibes, and we're ready to rock with the latest This Week in Destiny. Before jumping into this week's topics, let's take a quick look back at what we went over last week. If you're interested in what happened last week, feel free to watch my Twid video that covers all the information, as we do every week on this channel. Link for that is in the description below. Topics for this week: Festival of the Lost, let's get spoopy, an update from our PvP strike team, checkmate tuning changes, matchmaking changes in Crucible Control, talking about spawn tweaks, and more. Commemorating the craftening, any Sparrow is always on time if you're brave enough. Player support report for an update on known issues, and the weekly Destiny 2 Movie of the Week and Destiny 2 Art of the Week picks. All caught up, groovy, let's get into it. Tomb, whom it may concern, it's almost Festival of the Lost time. Break out those tricks and those treats, Guardians. It's officially spooktacular season. Festival of the Lost is back next week with Space Grandma ready to dole out those sweets and celebrate all of our mask-wearing shenanigans. For those itching to get into the Halloween-inspired spirit, here's what you need to know about Festival of the Lost. We're really excited about a new addition this year that will make haunted sectors more rewarding when it comes to the experience itself and the rewards they offer. For the first time ever, we are introducing Legend Haunted Sectors. There's a lot of loot to snag, so let's break down what you can expect below. Eerie Engrams, a new type of engram for 2023. Eerie Engrams have two uses. Players can crack them open individually for some treats, or use them as currencies for hocus focusing, which we will get into below. How to earn Eerie Engrams. Eerie Engrams will have a chance to drop upon completion of haunted sectors. Legend Haunted Sectors will have a higher chance of dropping Eerie Engrams. Hocus Focusing. Ava Levante has seen what Rahul has been offering this season with exotic focusing and has decided that she'll offer her own spooky twist on the mechanic. During Festival of the Lost, Ava will also offer players opportunity to acquire exotic armor with 4 focusing categories, in addition to the legendary weapons Eerie Engram focusing. Weapons Eerie Engram. Festival weapons for a higher candy cost. Exotic arms Eerie Engram. Exotic legs Eerie Engram. Exotic helmet Eerie Engram. And you guessed it, exotic chest Eerie Engram. Hocus Focusing cost. Focusing type. Exotic arms, exotic legs, exotic helmet, and exotic chest. 1 Eerie Engram cost, 2,500 candy cost. Randomized Festival of the Lost weapon. 1 Eerie Engram cost, 500 candy cost. Specific FOTL weapon, 1 Eerie Engram, 1,000 candy. Special notes about Hocus Focusing. Players must own the expansion that the exotic armor is tied to in order for it to be eligible to drop from Hocus Focusing. Required expansions for each exotic armor piece are listed further below. The Forsaken pack counts towards the Forsaken expansion requirement. Players will not need to have acquired the exotic armor previously for it to be eligible to drop from Hocus Focusing. This means that players who are still missing exotic armor will have a chance to earn it from Hocus Focusing. Players will only receive exotic armor for the class that they are currently playing while interacting with Hocus Focusing. So here's an example of how the Destiny community claims that Bungie is operating their game behind a paywall in order to have access to this free event. You need to have acquired the previous expansions to participate in the hocus focusing for specific exotics. How do you feel about this? Does this qualify as pay to win? Let us know in the comments below. Bungie goes on to list all the featured weapons and exotic armor pieces that'll be available through the hocus focusing. I'm going to put those up on screen. One more thing before we move on to what's coming up in PvP land. You like mementos? Do you like that slick new car black leather look? Then you're definitely going to enjoy the haunting new memento that will be dropping in Festival of the Lost this year for a limited time only. Just like usual, this memento is a random drop that will come in the form of an eerie engram. It won't begin immediately, but we're sure that you'll triumph over any challenges that may be between you and looking snazzy as heck, or at the very least, snazzy as your loadout. So the momentum that you see here, which as you level up your weapon unlocks what the momentum offers, is providing a essentially black shader look to the weapon that you equip it on. I'll tell you what, Guardians, all the Destiny 2 community has ever wanted since the launch of Destiny 2 was to have our all black shader. A beautiful PvP strike team update, checkmate spawning, and more. Checkmate, well, check. Matchmaking news, check. More weapons focusing, check and check. We've got our latest PvP strike team update ready for those excellent Guardian peepers. Starting with the new look at the feedback y'all offered up for things like checkmate, matchmaking, and more. Take it away, strike team. Checkmate. We heard checkmate. We heard you like checkmate. We want to make sure we get the tuning just right before it makes its way out of Crucible Labs. So please bear with us as we plan on making frequent iterative changes to the modifier. Some of the changes you can expect to see soon. Hand cannons will 3-tap at any resilience. Rapid fire pulse rifles will 3-burst at 6 resilience. High impact pulse rifles will 2-burst at 5 resilience. Reduced heavy ammo spawn frequency. We plan on running Checkmate and Crucible Labs for the remainder of the season, so expect to see Control and Survival coming back for round 2. Matchmaking. Speaking of frequent iterative changes, we are continuing to improve upon our matchmaking system. With the mid-season patch, we are compressing the skill band used for matchmaking in the Control playlist. Think of it as reducing the number of divisions in the skill band. This result is that there are more players in each remaining division and therefore more players to match with, yielding quicker matchmaking times while continuing to recognize differences in skill level. With this change, the matchmaking experience for your first match or two will be out of sync as your skill gets remapped. We will be iterating on this into the next season. Spawning. It is known that there are long outstanding issues with spawns, such as spawn trapping, spawn flipping, and not spawning at all. We made a few changes in recent seasons, reverted some, went back to the drawing board, and here we are again, ready to take another stab at it. Iterations. It's a common theme. Previously, we made more systemic changes and less targeted changes. This time we're doing the opposite. Less systemic and more targeted. We're specifically looking to address issues on Altar of Flame and Cauldron. We don't expect to fix every issue, but if we succeed in resolving some of the more frustrating causes, then we'll apply these lessons to other cases and maps. Next season. Things to look forward to in the following season. Crucible playlist reorganization, including a 3v3 rotator node. Competitive Crucible changes, including competitive weapon focusing, rank adjustment updates, and 3v3 countdown rush. Trials flawed card rewards. Rewards for win streaks less than 7. More checkmate modes, Dominion and 3v3 clash, aka skirmish. We'll be providing more details on these upcoming features soon. In loving-ish memory of the craftening, Halloween may be the most spooktacular holiday of the fear. Get it? Year, fear. But the craftening sure did give our dead team a nice scare back in September. There was chaos, mayhem, exotics acting like legendary weapons acting like exotics. And nothing in the world made a lick of sense during that week period. Who needs Frankenstein when you can become your own mad scientist at the relic? Am it right? Get it? Because of the Amit was one of the... Forget it. You Guardians were massive troopers while our teams worked hard to get everything back into working order, and we're stoked to see the creativity many of you had when experimenting with this new world of possibilities. And who knows, maybe that week will inspire some fun shenanigans in the future. For the immediate future, however, we wanted to commemorate this wacky time in pure Bungie fashion with a new emblem. Everyone who played between September 15th, Friday at 9 a.m. PDT, and September 21st, Thursday at 10 a.m. PDT, will receive this emblem when it's ready to go in Season 23. Here's a sneak peek. So the crafting, illegal weapons, funny guns, but undoubtedly the greatest glitch in Destiny 2 history, and perhaps the greatest glitch in gaming history, was truly significant over the weekend of September 15th, spilling into the following week. It was unprecedented. It created a gameplay loop that waxed a cartoon perversion that allowed Guardians to mindlessly obliterate all content. It was fun for sure. And I've put out several videos, which I'm going to leave in the description below. Be sure to check those out. It's a great discussion point. It truly polarized the Destiny 2 community. Should have Bungie disabled crafted weapons or eliminated trials for that weekend? Or did Bungie do the right thing and allow illegal crafted weapons not just to be used on the PvE side, but also in PvP in Trials of Osiris? Again, it's a polarizing topic. There was a lot to discuss. My recent 0 Hour podcast, myself and my special guest, we went over again in depth about just what the general community consensus was, as well as our own experiences and takes. Feel free to watch those videos. Feel free to comment there. Feel free to lend your thoughts in the comments below. Let's discuss. Drive responsibly, Guardians. You don't gotta get ready if you're born ready. Always on time is a beloved sparrow for a few reasons, but the primary one is its speed. There are so many other amazing vehicles to cruise around the galaxy in, so do you choose aesthetic or efficiency? Why not both? Beginning in Season 23, we're making that need for speed universal across all sparrows. After all, you can't fight crime if you ain't cute. And that absolutely applies to our handy-dandy modes of transportation too. Drive responsibly, Guardians. I need to comment on that because it's absolutely absurd why we have gone this long allowing one sparrow out of 100 to to dominate the usage in the community, right? Because the exotic coding inside of it allows it to go that much more faster than another 160 sparrow. I don't get it. If you get it, please let me know in the comments below. Why has it taken this long? And why now? Is it a good thing? Yeah, fine, right? I mean, personally, I rarely switch my sparrow. I'm always using always on time just because it does provide that additional boost. I mean, I'm not hopping on my sparrow during PvE gameplay to look good. I'm just looking on it to be efficient in getting from point A to point B. Yes, there is an aesthetic value to having sparrows, but overall, I just want to get there, man. And allowing one sparrow to dominate the get me there thing it's just plain stupid. But bravo, Bungie, for finally getting around to correcting this issue that's been going on for years. Player support report. Who's ready for spooky season? Another week, another player support report. Here's what we got coming down the pipeline this week. Closing the chapter on groups. On November 14th, 2001, groups, then known as chapters, were created to help foster our community. Throughout the years, groups have been vitally important to Bungie.net, creating the first forums for the website. However, for the past decade, group usage has slowly been decreasing to the point where we believe it's time to say goodbye to them. Within the past 6 months, out of the 5.1 million groups that have been created, only 65 were active with at least one post in them. Breaking that down further, only 16 were active in the past month. 10 of those had over 10 posts in them, and only 3 broke over 100 posts. The decision did not come lightly, and we've been postponing it for several years, but with our website's future hosting multiple IPs, we must upgrade and begin the process of shutting down older features that no longer see usage. Over the next months, groups will be set to read only to allow users to view ones that they are part of and save their memories before we fully shut them down. We don't currently have a firm timeline yet, but once we do, we'll let you know. Known issues. While we continue investigating various known issues, here's a list of the latest issues that were reported to us in our #help forum. Some weapons purchased from Banshee 44 can have a different masterwork than what was displayed. The Osmosis perk is not successfully activating on all weapons. The Ascension Major Arcana cards buff is not applying Scorch to enemies. Suppression or Jolt effects can sometimes apply to allies in Zavathun Spire. Unearned exotic armor ornaments can sometimes show as available in the appearance screen, but cannot be equipped. Hive swords will occasionally consume a player's enlightenment, but fail to be picked up in Crota's Reprise. The Photonic Vest Hunter's chest armor is currently unable to be transmogged. For a full list of emergent issues in Destiny 2, players can review our known issues article. Players who observe other issues should report them to our #help forum. It's yeet or be yeeted when you have clumsy teammates. Movie of the week. Hippie says, you know what? Just tag me next time. Jeez. Movie of the week. Clumsy teammates. You may be entitled to compensation by Pudgedemic via Twitter X. All right, so we have that. Again, Hippie says, sorry, but this encapsulation is just too perfect not to share with the reveal of the craftening emblem. We appreciate you, Guardians, for always creeping it real. Movie of the week. That time, Destiny 2 had a purge. And this one is from Solar Flare. Eris deserves a vacation. Artist of the week. BR1 says, Eris had a lot on her plate these past weeks, both literally and figuratively, so it's great that the amazing artists in our community are always willing to reward her immeasurable efforts with their talents. Art of the week, The Overachiever by the mighty Gafan via Twitter X. Ivan says, Eris stole the show this season, and we feel it in your amazing Destiny 2 Art of the Week and Destiny 2 Movie of the Week submissions. Keep the good stuff coming. Art of the Week, My Acolyte by Moonveil via Twitter X. And that's a wrap on the latest This Week in Destiny. Hope you enjoyed the latest round of updates and this week's Iron Banana, or banner, whatever. Get out there and make Lord Saladin proud. And for those wishful thinking Guardians looking to gild their Iron Lord title, we hope you have a good time achieving those goals. Don't forget to keep calm and carry a wand, and don't go losing your ghoul over a match. It's all about having some skeleton. Okay. Even I can admit I went a little too hard on the Halloween puns. Never. But come on! It's the best time of the year! Fight me! Forget about it. Just your usual reminder to make sure you're drinking that water, practicing that self-care, and always leading with your kindest foot forward. I should go Hippie. Hippie, thank you so much. Always appreciate the Twids. from you and the rest of the CMs. Totally dig the transparency and the updates. And there you have it. This week in Destiny for October 12th, 2023. A lot of information coming up in here. We got the Festival of the Lost, revisions with the Checkmate PvP activity. Sparrows are balanced. There's a lot going on as always, but I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments section below. And until next time, Guardians, be safe, stay vigilant, and as always, may the light protect us all. Thank you for watching. Likes and shares are very much appreciated, and subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Peace.